What's going on, awesome people? This is chapter 2 of the awesome Dadi Joon playlist that I'm creating. For those who don't know, my father passed away less than 48 hours ago, and I thought that the best way for me to honor him is to be who I am, and that is to be somebody that wants to make his message. And even when I'm going through hard, difficult, heartbreaking times, for me to at least share my journey in the off chance that it helps anybody else that's going through this but doesn't have the roadmap to be able to handle this. This is the first time that I'm going through such grief and heartbreak, and it is no doubt a roller coaster of emotions that overcomes you. I just feel like I'm somebody who has absolutely no sense of direction right now, and I'm just taking in every single moment and just letting everything come to me the way that it's supposed to naturally come to me. And in letting people know that I wanted to talk about grief and how it hits you hard like a ton of bricks, and how I hope that by sharing this, other people who might be going through this but don't know exactly how to handle it, they can kind of use this as a holding hand, or we can hold each other's hands. Hamdard is what they say. You know, I've joined a club that nobody wants to join, which is losing a mother or a father. And so I think that the first thing that we can do is provide as much insight, knowledge, experience on how you've handled it if you've lost a loved one. As a community, us Iranians, you know, we're always about keeping shit inside. And as much as I can understand how it's to protect things and all that stuff, I think it's bullshit. You know, I think that the more that you know, the more knowledge that you have, the more you can plan, the more you can prepare, and the more that you can handle these kind of hardships. So I didn't have that guidebook, so I'm kind of going through this with my eyes closed. But at least I'm trying to learn, I'm trying to absorb. I'm listening to the advice of so many other people who have been so generous, so kind, providing their insight. And I say so generous and so kind because, you know, what they're doing is kind of reminding themselves of a difficult period. But they're choosing to use their difficult times of the past to revisit that past so that my journey is a little bit easier. And it means the world to me. So all I can say right now as somebody who is just learning on the go is that the first thing that you should try to do is to surround yourself with people that genuinely love you. We are so incredibly lucky to have such a family that loves and supports each other. I'm so incredibly lucky. My sister and my mom are so incredibly lucky that we're surrounded with human beings that care for us, love for us, that care for my father. And so for right now, the only humble advice that I have is that if and when you go through this process, don't shelter yourself, don't hide, embrace the people that are truly extending their hands, their shoulders, their love, their words. At the same time, if you do need private time, of course do it. I'm not here to tell you what you should or shouldn't do. I'm just telling you that what's helping me right now is the love of my family. And what I really love is the fact that just a couple months ago, my mom reconciled with some family members, and having them here is such a blessing. And I just feel like my dad, before he left us, he spread his love, he spread his energy, he spread his message of always forgiving, gozasht. And that's what has led to us as a family coming closer together. And I appreciate that so much. He prayed so much for our family to be close together. So having these family members who we weren't in communication with as recent as 6 months ago has been incredible. I just know that it's like the reason why my mom is able to endure this. And I'm so grateful for those family members as well to also forgive and be able to reconcile. Guys, all I can tell you is that this is like how fragile and short life is, that if you continue to keep grudges with people who at one point or another were incredibly important to you, you're not going to be able to handle these parts of life. So humble yourself, forgive the people who you know that deep in your heart that they've been there for you during tough times. Don't ever forget the kindness that people have extended towards you in tough times. And remember that if you ever have this non-talking of people, that you kind of rethink, reevaluate, and you kind of look at yourself and be like, you know what, perhaps I made mistakes too. We're humans, we make mistakes. We say things that we regret, we do things that we regret. And you can always turn back those moments and reconcile with yourself and reconcile with those people. Because my goodness gracious, right now that is truly coming to help us, to save us. And so this is chapter 2. I have no idea what tomorrow holds. Tomorrow is the celebration of love. I'm giving the eulogy. I'm giving the eulogy, and somehow I have to fucking suck it up. Keep my emotions inside. Be strong for the family. And make sure that I'm able to properly convey the impact that my father has had on my life. And I'm going to continue to try and make him proud. And I'm going to take care of my mom, my sister, and my family as best as I can. So I love you guys. Please love the people that love you. Forgive the people that have hurt you. It's just not worth going to sleep, having any anger, having any arguments. Solo safa va ishq. Peace, serenity, and love. My dad used to love those words. Arum bash. Slow down. And look at this. My dad has signs all over in the past 48 hours. He is all over us. Much love.